So the next thing in sim trading that we're gonna do is Apple, and I think I'm gonna try a smaller time frame. I'm trying the 30-minute time frame, and I guess we'll switch, depending on what I said, right? Use the 1 week to figure out the trend, and then use the shorter time frames to find an entry. So let's see, 1 week to find a trend. Uh, we are in a pretty substantial uptrend here, and one rule I make for myself is that I don't really want to short any stocks because shorting is way harder than just simply uh, buying, and it's the probability is that you're more likely to lose money shorting than make money. Okay, so let's look for an entry in the 30-minute. Once again, I just feel like there's just way more noise in the 30 minutes. Um, and it's not as if the stock moves are that huge, right? So 30 minutes, that's like a 1%, which is significant. I'm not saying that it's not significant. Uh, but yeah, the 30-minute just wasn't giving me too much. The 15 gave me a clear RSI, stochastic RSI, normal RSI, and MACD signal. Uh, okay, I don't have the 1 minute. The 5 minute looks like it's an uptrend, but this is probably too small of a time frame. And I'm not getting anything from that 45 minutes. So I'm not saying that the 30 and the 45 minutes are bad. It just seems like I'm not getting a lot of signal from them. I'm getting a lot of noise. So I'm gonna eliminate that. The 1 hour chart in this case, I can't find too much. Let me go to that 4 hour chart. 4 hour chart says that it's not a time to buy. Um, man, this is hard. This is hard because I don't know the fundamentals at this point. I don't know necessarily what the market is doing. Is it in a bearish mode? Is it a bullish mode? Typically I would look at SPY for that, but because I guess I still can look at SPY, but there is a huge okay. That sucks because I have a lot of drawings over there. All right, I can't look at SPY. Okay, I'm just gonna let this play out and wait for a signal to get in. I'm going to buy it right here because the RSI is about to curl up. The stochastic RSI is also doing a similar thing. We are still in a red super trend. So we are technically still in a bearish or flat market. We are down since January of 2024. So I'm going to buy here. I'm going to buy 3,000. So that's, I think, my trades are going to be from 1,000 to 5,000. I'm going to put in 3,000. I'm going to turn off. I'm going to turn off that noise, the execution sound, and then we'll see if this works out. So we're still in that 1 week chart. Okay, that's a good uptrend. Can we start an uptrend here? We're starting an uptrend. Okay, so I'm looking at strength here on that 1 hour chart. And once again, in this case, could we use the 1 hour chart to exit? I think we can. So in this case, we're going to use the shorter time frame to exit, maybe. I'm using the 4 hour chart to get proper exit here. I'm just checking to make sure. Can we get a green super trend? Okay, we're getting a green super trend on the 65 minute. Let's see if that follows up. It did. It followed up. Okay, so I'm looking for an extension here. And we're getting that first red candle. That's my signal to get out. So once I got out, let's see in the short term if there is a recovery. It seems like there is. Um, okay, that 4 hour chart looks like we're still in a green super trend. At this point, the long term time frame isn't going to help me with a entry into the green super trend. So I have to look at the shorter time frames. And we are getting a consolidation here. We have the first green candle, we have the RSI breakout, we have the stochastic RSI almost hitting that 20 range. So I'm gonna buy it. Oops, I forgot to press the buy button. That's my bad. It didn't work out. I pressed the wrong button here. I guess that helped me because I put in a buy button a little bit later. Let's see if that works. Red super trend. Let's see if we can get an extension here. I think we will get an extension. Typically, I would put more weight on the 1 day chart, and as soon as I say that, it didn't work out. But I think it's still gonna start to work out here as we move into that green. Let's okay. It's signaling a lot of weakness here. Yeah, and then 1 week time frame says that we're likely gonna more than likely gonna move down. So we'll see if this keeps going. Oh, we found a green super trend and no strength here. And it looks like we're consolidating a lot here. Yeah, it looks like we are in a heavy consolidation. You could trade this. You could trade this if you look at the super trend. Uh, I was just zooming out, zooming around too fast. Let's try this. MACD just about to curl up. The RSI just crossed the signal just crossed the MA. So we'll see if that can lead us to a green super trend, and it did. So that's a 1 day. Let's zoom out to look for an extension. I think we're going to get the extension based on that MACD here. And I think we're getting the extension. How long can the extension last? Let's zoom into the closer time frames. And it looks like it's going to be the end of this green super trend. So I'm going to sell it here. Taking that red candle as a signal to get out. It still kept going, but I think I made a pretty good profit, right? So this would have been entry 228, exit 247. Okay, let's go back to the 1 week chart. Okay, we're starting to see a new super trend form towards the bearish side. We're gonna try to enter here. Let me look a little bit further into this. Okay, the 1 day supports the 2 day, and the 4 hour supports the 1 day. So I'm gonna buy here. I'm gonna put in a larger position. I'm gonna put in 5,000 because this looks pretty strong. And of course, it went down. So we are getting an uptrend. Let's zoom out to see if okay, we're starting a recovery here based on that MACD. Looks like a large chop here. Looks like there's not much strength. Oh no. Okay, I thought we hanged over there. Let's see. Can we get a green super trend? We're getting a green super trend, but I'm not seeing a lot of strength, unfortunately. Um, yeah, very, very weak momentum. We are still in a uptrend based on the MACD, but our side looks a little bit extended. Let's see if we can recover on the 2 day. At least wait until the MACD turns. Can we get a green super trend? We got a green super trend. How long is it gonna last? Not long at all, and we went back down. Okay, I'm going to do an entry here. Let's do 1,000 this time. Just a small entry. Uh, can we form? Let's see here. Something went wrong. Okay, so weekly chart shows that this is a all around buy for me because RSI is near 30, stochastic RSI is below 20, and the MACD doesn't show signs of recovery, but it shows signs of peaking. So I'm going to put another buy entry here just to lower my uh, target. And of course, it went down the next day and then it went up. Let's see, we are slowly recovering, but there is a lot of chop here. If you were trading this in real life, maybe you would have gotten into one of those chops. We'll see. Once again, simulation trading is very, very different from trading in real life. It's very, very easy to just skip forward time, but we all know that doesn't happen. And not like you want it to either, because you get older, so you don't really want to skip time either. So it's just a different ball game. But this is helping me, with the indicators and stuff. Okay, so on the 1 week chart, we are seeing a pretty weak upwards momentum based on the MACD. Super trend is still in the red. Stochastic RSI is at a sell, so I'm gonna sell. Because of the weak momentum here on the MACD and the stochastic RSI being above 80. So we'll see if this uptrend can continue. I think it's a very, very weak uptrend. And okay, well, it just kept going. And I think this is near where it's going to end. So that's trading for you. You're gonna take profits, but you're likely not going to time the top, right? So let's see how we did. We did 886 in profit. I don't even think we risked that much. Uh, I'm not sure if they. Yeah, I mean, percentage wise, this is 3%, but I wasn't using my entire portfolio. I was using very, very little, and I think in real life you would have used a lot more trades here. So as a proof of concept, it still works. But you just have to know, because I was trading with such little amounts of money. Um, you just don't know that in real life it's going to be a little bit different. Okay. But I'm just going to keep trying, and I'm going to keep showing if the way I trade is going to work.